The tragedy of Angus Young is just so very sad, not because he's gone, but because of what he's had to quietly endure behind the deafening roar of stadiums and the wild solos that defined a generation. For decades, Angus was the face of AC/DC, the schoolboy uniform, the duck walk, the screeching solos, an unstoppable force of energy, power, and presence. But beneath the onstage persona, behind the Marshall stacks and devil horns, there lived a man whose heart was slowly breaking. Piece by piece, while the world cheered around him, the loss of his brother Malcolm Young, co-founder and creative backbone of the band, wasn't just the death of a sibling, it was the tearing apart of a soul-level bond that no stage light could ever mend. Malcolm wasn't just family, he was Angus's grounding force, his mirror, his musical twin. And when dementia stole Malcolm's mind and eventually his life, Angus kept going, kept playing, kept touring. But something had shifted. Fans noticed the change. The performances remained solid, but the fire in Angus's eyes had dimmed. Those who knew him best say the joy in the music began to fade, replaced by obligation, grief, and the weight of carrying a legacy that once belonged to two. Add to that the toll of decades on the road, the physical pain from years of high-energy shows, the hearing loss from standing inches from thunderous amps night after night, and the emotional isolation of a life spent moving. From hotel to hotel, Angus Young was never the wild, reckless party animal that rock and roll myths are made of. He was a dedicated craftsman, a quiet perfectionist, and a man who poured everything into his guitar because it was often the only place he felt truly understood. And yet, as the spotlight grew hotter, the man behind the legend withdrew. He never chased attention. He never needed tabloids. And now, in the twilight of his career, Angus has become more reclusive. Not because he's bitter, but because he's tired. Tired of pretending that the band is whole without Malcolm. Tired of the noise that drowns out the pain. Tired of wearing the costume of a man he's outgrown. There are whispers of him still writing music, quietly recording at home in Australia. Maybe not for an album, but for himself, to stay connected to the one thing that's always made sense. And that, perhaps, is the true tragedy. Not that Angus Young is gone, but that he's still here, silently carrying a weight few can understand. While the world only remembers the lightning bolt, he gave everything he had to music, to us, and now, in his silence, he deserves something in return. Understanding, respect, and space to grieve the brother, the band, and the version of himself that time has slowly taken away. Angus Young. He's a legend, yes, but he's also a man. And sometimes even legends need to be mourned while they're still alive.